congruence by ASA and AAS. And we said that in this lesson here, we deal with how can we prove two triangles that they are congruent by ASA postulate, that's mean angle, side, angle, and by AAS theorem. So here now for the triangles, we have three postulates, SSS and SAS and ASA. All the three are what? Are postulate. What the meaning of postulate? It cannot, or it doesn't need to be proof. It's correct. And the third one, which is AAS. This AAS is a theorem. Is a theorem. I need to prove it. So in this lesson also, we have to deal with two angles with one side. Two angles, not like the previous lesson, two sides, at least two sides with either one side or with either one angle. Here, no. Here we have to deal with two angles with one side that they are included, or with two angles, but with one side which not included. ASA, that's me, side, angle, and another angle, like this as an example, and a side that's included between them. Here I'm talking about triangle as an example. Angle with angle with side between them. But the AAS, wait please. But for the AAS, here I deal with like this. Angle, side. And that's name, but that's why its name is angle, side. Angle, and side. Here today, I want to deal with a new postulate, which name is angle, side. And the side here is not included. Not like the previous one, ASA. ASA from its name, the ASA from its name, that's mean the side is included. The side is between two angles. It's included, but in the AAS, the side is not included. No. And we solve problem one, how we solve which two triangles are congruent. And we deal with this one also. With this one, we find which two triangles are congruent. Now, let's do this one related to the side A, or to the postulate, sorry, ASA. Look at this one here. It's number 10 in your problem solving. Now, complete the paragraph proof by filling in the blanks. Given that, here you have two triangles. He told me that LKM is congruent to JKM. Okay, this triangle is congruent with this triangle. JKM is congruent with LKM. The second step. LMK is congruent with JMK. That's mean this angle.
Can I answer teacher A?
This angle. I want you to prove, okay, I will let you to answer. They prove now, I want you to prove now that the triangle LKM is congruent to the JKM. Yeah, what you have to do. The first step, I said that LKM and JKM are given. They are the angle, this angle, which is LKM and JKM, they are given. That's a congruent. And also LMK, this triangle, is congruent with this triangle. It's also, they are given. Now, KM by KM, I mean this side. Why they are congruent? Yes. Yes, please. Why KM is congruent to KM? By what?
Because of the reflexive property?
Is it?
Again, teacher. Yes, by the reflexive, teacher. Yes.
By the reflexive property of congruence. So, the triangle LKM. Okay? The triangle LKM. Sorry. LKM is congruent to the triangle JKM. By what?
By AAS postulate.
ASA.
AAS.
ASA. Angle, side angle. Right. Here we have angle.
Yes, angle, side angle.
Here we have side, and here we have another angle. So we will name it with ASA. Now, let's now go to the theorem. Here, it's a theorem. It's not a postulate. What does it mean by theorem? That's I need to prove that this theorem will work. Let's say angle, angle, side. If two angles and none include side, I mean that if you have this triangle and if you have this triangle too, okay, and you have this angle that's congruent with this angle, and this angle is congruent with this angle, and this side is congruent with this side. Look at the side here. Is it included between the two angles?
Again, teacher.
Look at here. Here we have an angle, and here we have the other angle.
No, it's not included.
Here I will.
No, it's not included.
No, miss, it's not included.
Not between the angles.
Teacher, I'm trying to see, to understand.
Look here. I will show you by the red here. Is this angle included? Is congruent with this angle?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
And this angle is congruent with this angle?
Yes.
Yes. And he told me that also, that this side is congruent with this side.
Yes.
Now, my question is, as you see from here, is this side sorry, I want to pick another color. If this side is included between these two angles?
No.
No.
So for this one, for this in angle, and he told me that is that's since that also the wait please. Since that this side is not included, okay, I can say that these two triangles are congruent by using the AAS. So if two angles and a non-included side, two angles and non-included side of one triangle is congruent to two angles and the corresponding non-including side of another triangle, then I will say that the triangles are congruent. This will be
Miss?
my new theorem. I will later on, after that, I will tell you how it can work. I will prove how this theorem can work.
No, Miss, I mean that non-included, they mean that يعني, they didn't give us that the angles are congruent, the sides are congruent, or they are not between two angles.
They are not between two angles. They're another side.
Okay.
Like not here.
Okay.
They are not included between the two angles. As you see here, look, it's not included.
Okay.
Now, so the first thing I want you to know is that it's like this. Here you have two triangles. If I told you that this angle is congruent with this angle and this angle is congruent with this angle and there's a side, which is this one, is congruent to its corresponding side, okay, I will say that these two triangles are congruent. It must be all of these three elements are congruent. But if I told you now that this side is congruent to this side, my theorem will not work. It must be corresponding. Okay? My theorem will not work. Why? Because I have to pick or to check only the two angles and only the side that they are corresponding. This angle is corresponding with this angle. And this angle, the second angle, is corresponding with the second angle. But the side, no. Because this side is not corresponding with this side. So I will not say that these two triangles are congruent.
Teacher, even the postulate
Which
of
postulate?
AS.
No,
of
the postulate, it
ASA.
has another thing that I told you, the side is included.
Yes, the side is included, but it must be corresponding to the other triangle or what?
Yes, yes. It have to be, yeah, I mean that if you have this triangles and this angle congruent with this angle and this angle congruent with this angle, this side is must congruent with this side. If I pick this side with this one as an example, it cannot work. It must be included, and the included is corresponding to the included also. Here also, as I told you, the angle, I mean that not any side. Yeah, okay, I didn't tell you that it must be included. I told you it's not included. Okay, but it must have the same side. And here, the first one, here in the first one with the pink color, okay, the pink side, okay, it's not included with the angles. And the second one here, it's not included with the angles, but they are not corresponding to each other. So I will not say that the two triangles are congruent. Is it clear now?
And teacher, here, even if they must be corresponding to be congruent. If the three elements was
Yes, thank you. And not any unincluded side. I will say yes, they are congruent. No, the not included side as must be not corresponding to the not included side in the other triangle. So I will say that it can work. If not corresponding, my theorem will not work.
Must be corresponding and congruent at the same time, yes?
Yes. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay, the others
Yes.
also. I will not Farah.
Yes, miss. Yes.
Nada, Dana, Naheem, Sarah.
Yes, teacher, thank you. Like,
Oh,
it's so easy to
Yes,
understand.
teacher. Thank you.
now let's prove. Now, as we said before that, if you have a theorem, it must be proof. I need to prove it, not like the postulate. Now here, let's prove the theorem angle side theorem. Given that, as you see from these two triangles, angle A is congruent with angle D, and angle B is congruent with an angle E. What does it mean? If you know that angle,
Which problem you are? I mean question.
yes, Farah.
Which question you are?
This is not a question, it's a proof under the theorem in your book,
Okay.
page 236. Now, for this one here I have, he told me that the angle A is congruent with an angle D. Angle A is congruent with the angle, here is A, is congruent with an angle D. Okay, I will draw them here too. Here we have A, B, C, and another triangle. It was let's draw it as D, E, F. I want to draw them as a corresponding. Where's Nada?
Teacher, maybe internet
Teacher.
connection.
Teacher, I want to enter from another device.
Okay, Nada. So here now, I have an A, B, C, and D, E, F. Okay? For the A, B, C here, I draw them as corresponding. So AB, oh sorry, angle A is corresponding with angle D. And angle B is corresponding with an angle E. And also AC, where's AC here? AC is corresponding to DF. This is my two triangles, but I draw them as with a corresponding sides. Now, angle A is corresponding with angle D, and angle B is corresponding with angle E. Who can tell me if I have two angles that they are congruent? Can I conclude that the third angle, which is C and F, is congruent?
Yes, third angle
Yes,
theorem.
miss.
Yes, thank
Yes,
you.
because
So
third angle too.
yes, so I will conclude now that the angle C is congruent with an angle F. Why? Because of the third angle theorem. Okay.
Then teacher, we will use.
Wait, please, Bafra. Here now, I conclude now that these two angles are congruent. Now, I want, after that now, so all the angles are congruent. Now, he told me that also that angles, the line segment, sorry, AC is congruent with DF. AC, this one, is congruent with DF. If I have this one, which is AC, okay, and they are congruent with DF, can I say that these two triangles, sorry, are congruent?
Can you repeat the question?
Here now, look at the
Because-
side AC. This one here. Okay, but please.
Okay. I see.
Here. AC. When I say it now, it is congruent with DF. And all the angles are congruent. Can I say now that the two triangles are congruent?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Yes.
I can conclude now that the angle, the triangle ABC is congruent with the triangle DEF. Why?
Because we used the third angle theorem, or we used ASA, the angle postulate angle side angle, or we used the angle
AAS.
side.
Yes, that's it. That's me. The first one, I choose the third angle theorem. The third angle theorem told me that if two angles are congruent, so the third one will be congruent too. And since now this side here is included between two angles, okay, so that the ASA can work now, because this side is included between these two angles. And because this postulate is true, and it's happened here, angle side angle, so I conclude that the triangle ABC is congruent with the triangle DEF. So what does it mean? That means if you look at the triangles here up, okay, look here, we have an angle, they are congruent, and the side that they are not included. And even though I will say that my triangles are congruent. So this will be a proof of the angle side. That's
Means teacher that we prove it.
Yes, by now we prove it. So the AAS will work now.
Or ASA, both can work.
Yes. So here, how I can prove that this angle is was working? Look at here. I said, he told me that angle A is congruent with angle D. Angle B is congruent with angle E. And okay, can I say now that the angle C is congruent? Yes, because of the angle or the third angle theorem. After I proved now that this angle after I prove now that this triangle is congruent with this triangle, so my side, this side, since it is included between these two angles by using ASA, so I will say now that my two triangles are congruent, even though my given was that this angle and this angle are congruent with these two angles, with this side. So I can say that I prove now the AAS. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Let's now solve problem 3. In this problem here, I want now writing a proof using AAS. Look at this one here. Here in this question, you have these two triangles, and now he told me that this is an angle M, this is an angle Q, this will be an angle W,
Okay.
and this is an angle R, and okay, he told me now here that the angle M is congruent with angle K, and WM, this one, WM is parallel with RK. Okay, they are parallel. So because of that, I will say now, I want you to write it now as a statement and column.
It's a statements and reasons.
Oh, sorry. There are two columns, statements and reason, it's not column. Now, the first one, angle M is congruent with angle K. They are given. From here, I know that the angle M is congruent with angle K. And he told me that also that the line segment WM is parallel with RK. WM, this one, is parallel with RK. Also, it is given. Now, I want now to use the AAS. AAS. Okay, so for the AAS, what did I need? I need angle, and I need another angle, and the side that's not included. Okay? Fine. What's my next step will be? Here is an angle. And here we can say that this one is my side. Is it right? I want AAS.
Yes, teacher.
So I need angle and another angle and another side. And the three of them are what? Are congruent. The angle and the first side is given. What about my the second angle and my side? Give me a side here for these two triangles that they are congruent.
MW and K. No, RW, RW.
MW and RW?
No, RW and RW.
Ah, yes, RW and RW. Thank you. So RW are congruent with RW. Is congruent with RW. This side are congruent. Why?
Reflexive.
Because of the reflexive
Reflexive property. of congruence.
Property.
Property of congruence.
Because of the perspective property.
Yes. So now I want AAS. So I prove one angle and I prove the non-included side. I want now to check or to search about an angle that they are congruent. Okay, is it clear? I have
Okay.
here
Clear.
angles.
Yeah.
Congruent, it is given. And a side, I find a side that they are congruent. But now I need another angle. Okay, from where I bring this angle now? How can I find two angles that they are congruent? Yes, who can tell me?
Teacher, how?
Yalla.
By the parallel lines?
Thank you. By the parallel lines. What does it mean, ya Farah? If you have two lines
That are parallel. Parallel.
and if I have, they make two angles. Okay? This angle
Yes.
is equal to this angle because they are parallel.
Yes.
So this angle is congruent with this angle. Why, ya Farah?
Because it's there was a theorem or a parallel lines.
That's tell me what? What does the theorem tell you?
Teacher, that parallel lines, when they have the intersecting line, the two angles that are below and up will be congruent.
Thank you. Is it clear? What did she
Yes.
say?
Yes, teacher.
Miss
Yes,
again.
teacher.
If you have two sides that they are parallel, this side and this side, and these two sides, since they are parallel, the intersecting line between them makes an angle. This interior angle, up and down, it will be congruent.
Yes, if lines are parallel, then alternate interior triangles are congruent.
Thank you. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So, what does it mean?
The angles are interior. Not
Yes, so I
exterior.
will write it now. So now back to my,
Congruent.
yes, now let's go back now to my triangles. Where's the colors here? Here, if I have now this sides, okay, this one and this one, that they are congruent, they are parallel, sorry. That means this side is congruent with this, this angle, sorry, is congruent with this angle.
Alternate interior
So I will say that
angles.
angle MWR is congruent
It's
with
congruent.
WRK or KRW.
Yes, KRW.
Because of what? Because of
The alternate lines are parallel.
since
Then alternate.
yes, since that MW is parallel with RK. Okay, I want to clear, but here it please. Here.
Then
Since now MW is congruent with RK, so an interior, this angle, the interior angles will be congruent. So an interior
yes, alternate
alternate
angles
anterior angles will
are
be
congruent.
congruent. So now, what do I prove now? Did I prove that I have a congruent side, congruent corresponding side?
Yes.
Yes. Did I prove that they have two angles that they are congruent?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So can the AAS work now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So
Yes.
because of that, I can conclude now that triangle WMR is congruent with the triangle RKW because of AAS.
Yes, angle side.
Angle side. Yes. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any question? Because the period will finish less
No.
than after
No.
this.
No, teacher.
No, thank
No,
you,
miss.
teacher.
Okay. Yalla.
No,
Thank you
No,
so much.
teacher, thank you so much.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye bye.
Bye, miss.
Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.